Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Come on in. I'm gonna wait for people to find me. Because write down, Marianne is on time. It is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday evening, and Marianne is on time. Let me see if I can pull up your comments while I'm waiting for everybody to come in here. So, happy Sunday. Welcome. Hope you guys can hear me okay. Oh gosh, I got my volume turned up. Let's see if I can turn that down. Hold on a minute here. I've turned myself off. Here we go. There we go. Yay! Hello, hello. Welcome. Thanks everybody for showing up. Yay! Welcome to our Wreaths, Work Forms, and More Father's Day Parade. I hope you all have enjoyed it as much as I have. It has been awesome. We have seen so many cool things today. Thank you, Miss Nadia. I appreciate you. We've seen so many cool things today. I loved the big cattle skull. I don't even know what you really call it, but the big skull. That was fantastic. The crab centerpiece blew my mind. I loved it too. And I just loved her chasing doors decor. I just love her personality. She could be one of my absolute bestest friends. We would have an amazing time together. Come on to Tennessee whenever you want to, girl. I got you. But anyway, welcome everybody. I'm Marianne from Made by Marianne. Thanks for joining me this evening. Thanks for following all of us and liking all of us and watching all of our designs. Tonight, I figured that I would do, my daddy passed away 2 years ago on May the 7th. So this is kind of hard for me. I was a daddy's girl, big time. Still to this day, I don't know how I make it without him. So I'm gonna try to make a cemetery wreath on a crossboard, on a Unique in the Creek crossboard, and he was a Vietnam vet. So I figured that he loved anything patriotic. He was very patriotic. He would die for his country. And he always thanked God that he did come back from Vietnam. So I'm going to do a red, white, and blue rose on the Unique in the Creek crossboard. These are awesome boards. They're environmentally recycled, environmentally safe. Recycled plastic. So if you'd like to purchase some, I have a 5% off coupon code pinned to the bottom of this live. So please use my affiliate link if you'd like to have a crossboard. But that's what we're going to do this evening. And you just follow the link to buy some if you'd like to do this design. So as you can see, I've started already because I wanted to make sure that what I had in my head was going to work out. And I've used greenery that is plastic and is UV coated. So that and I've tested this greenery out on other wreaths and other crossboards. And I've had a wreath exactly like this with this exact same greenery, without the roses, with this exact same greenery at a cemetery for a year now. And the only thing I had to do was change out the bow in the center. The greenery still looks good. So, thankfully it wasn't stolen. I hear a lot of people have that problem. But anyway, that's what we're making today. So welcome everybody. Again, I'm Marianne from Made by Marianne. We're not going to be sad. We're going to be happy because it's Father's Day and we've seen some great designs. Well, it's not Father's Day yet. Y'all know what I mean. Come on, man, and let's do this. So there's our design. Tonight we're going to be using this piece of greenery. This minus my hair there. As you can see, I have lots of hair, people. Hello, everybody. Hi, Miss Williams. Hi, Justin. Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate that. I was a daddy's girl. Y'all don't even know. But anyway, this is our boxwood greenery. I got all of this from Amazon. So if y'all are interested, I will put it in the comments, or I'll put it in the description, or I'll link it somehow so y'all know which ones to order. Because they were pretty cheap, and like I said, they're UV coated and they lasted for a long time. But anyway, here's our first piece. It's boxwood, and as you can tell, you got to be careful to make sure and get the pieces that look like this. See how there are little like V's? Let's see if my thumb's covering it. See how that's a V? That's what you want to look for, okay? So here's our boxwood. That's one of the pieces we're using. Here's our, I call this onion grass. Now, I don't know if that's really what it is, but the onion grass is the same kind. It's kind of like, see how it has a little V there? But here's our onion grass, same thing, UV coated. It doesn't really lose its color. So there's that. And then, now this I'll just call grass. This might be the onion grass. Hi, Miss Ruth. Nice to see you. And then here's this grass, okay? This is a pusher grass. See how like all the blades can move around, but you can push it all the way up to this little stem if you're careful and don't push the whole thing off and it goes woo. But so there's that grass. Okay, so we're gonna use a little bit of that. And for the bottom, I know Palon was talking about this earlier from Mood Makers Decor. I have ficus. Da, 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 and I just have the plain old green ficus. Because I think this adds a little bit of extra, you know. And it comes like this. And I'll talk more about that here in just a second. But there's that ficus. And then here are these are foam roses. And they are UV coated as well. Now, I haven't tried these out at the cemetery because, I don't know why, I just haven't. But they're foam roses. You get these off Amazon as well. Look at my fan in the background's blowing it around. Ooh, that's not me shaking. Anyway, there's our roses. And I have red and white. I've already entered the blue, or inserted the blue, I should say. So there we go. There's our roses. Wait, a little extra. Little extra. Anyway, we're going to make all kinds of noises tonight, guys. And then it is way across my island. So hold on. Let me stretch. Hold on. Let me do my little finger here. All right, here we go. I thought maybe, just maybe, maybe now. Sorry, I really can't stretch. I'm a shorty McShorterton. I'm like short, y'all. I mean, really. That's why I have step ladders for everything. I thought maybe when we get finished, if we have a time, we might go back and add a little bit of baby's breath. Just, you know, stick some here and there just to make it look a little more dainty maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Daddy wasn't dainty, you know, but we'll see. And then, of course, here is our bow. Now, our bow is all, you know me, I like to have it all squished up until we put it on there. All rolled up and squishy. But here's our bow and here are our colors. And you know, guys, how hard is it to find a white 7/8 ribbon that isn't like iridescent white glitter? You know what I mean? Isn't that hard? Can you believe that? Yeah, anyway, here's our bow. So that's what we're going to use there. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me this evening. So there's our bow. That's what we're going to put in the center. All right, enough chit chat, enough sentiment. Let's get to this because it might take me a minute and I want y'all to see the final result. So here we go. Let's throw this here. We'll put our basket right here. You're gonna need your handy dandy zip ties, your zip tie gun, and a pair of clippers. So if you do not have a pair of floral pliers or clippers, make sure you get a good pair, okay? Because you're gonna clip all kinds of stuff tonight. So there we go. All right, here we go. Close your eyes if you get sick because I'm gonna pull you closer and flip this camera down so that you can see what I'm doing. Extreme gratuitous close-up. Here we go. All right, now let's move it back and see if you can see my board, and I hope it don't make that horrible noise it did earlier. Oh, no, it did not. Yay, as I'm stretching across the board. Okay, let's see. And now you're wiggling. No wiggling. Stop. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Okay, let's wait till it catches up. We'll put my hair up. Let me put my stuff here so you can see. And we'll judge whether or not we need to move it or need to, you know. Gosh, I'm way behind here on this video. What is going on? All right, this is good. Okay, it is up and out of my face, friends. That's what we needed. I can't tell. All right, y'all give me a thumbs up if it's looking good because it looks like my comments are behind. Let me see if I can. That looks okay, I guess. Maybe just a little bit. There, looking good. Okay, moving that way. what do you know? If I pull it closer, y'all can see better. How does that happen? Okay, so as you can see, I have these little tiny zip ties here in every single hole, and I've left them open. And that's because I want to put the ficus on the board first, okay? So again, our ficus comes like this, and it comes in 3 pieces, right? So here's our ficus, okay? This piece and this piece, these 2 pieces here, are mirror images of each other, okay? So we are going to use these 2 pieces. We're going to cut these 2 pieces off and lay them here and here, okay? Here and here on the bottom. Now I've already cut these, okay? So if I can find them again, maybe, and I might have to cut them again because it looks like, oh goodness. Okay, here's our mirror image pieces. All right, see how you can lay them down and tell? See how this one goes, well, see how this one shoots out this side and this side, this one shoots out this side? That's how you want to lay them into your board. See what I mean? These pieces. So lay them in here like this, like so. Leave these pieces here because as you can see, they're sticking out, okay? And make sure there's a little bump here, okay? See this little bump right here on the edge of the stem? Okay? You're gonna line the board, the edge of the board, up with that bump, okay? And then you're just gonna close the zip tie. And you're gonna be careful not to get your other stems stuck in your zip tie, all right? We're just gonna zip tie them in. So there we go, there's one stuck down. Then we're gonna slide this one in, same principle, sticking it on the little bump. So wherever the little bump is, line it up, making sure that you don't zip tie any of the leaves onto the board, okay, that they're free and they're flapping in the wind like good little things. I've had too much sugar today. I'm shaking a little bit, guys. Sorry about that. All right, let's see. Here we go. Now that one's lined up. Let's close it. You probably can't tell for all the greenery, but this is what it looks like. See? I don't know if you can see that or not. We're just going to close the zip ties. And voila. See how they're the same, or should be the same length. Now if you get one that's a little taller, just pull it in a little bit. This is the time to do it. Pull it in a little bit. Make sure that they're even right here, because you don't want the 2 sides to be longer or you're going to be hurting, okay? So now just go ahead and close the rest of your zip ties, finish them off, and then we'll insert more and start the rest of our design. Hello from everybody. Hi there, sweet ladies. How are y'all doing this evening? I hope everybody's had a fantastic Sunday. And if I miss your comment, I will go back and say hello or answer your question. Or I also have my fantastic Wreath and Bestie, Carrie Marie here, and my Wreath and Bestie, Nadia here, so they will help answer if I have missed anything. But I will go back and talk to you. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to get this done. And yeah, no, I know y'all don't want to be here till midnight. And we've got Simply Amazing Art coming up after this, and she is fantastic. So I want y'all to be able to see her. So that's all we're doing right now is just closing some zip ties. South Texas, wow. South Texas, I bet it's hot there. Boy, it's been hot today. You might hear the hum of my fan in the background because my air conditioner decided to go. I was like, bye, Marianne. Get me a doctor. And then my doctor was like, oh, the air conditioner doctor said, oh, I'm so sorry, I threw out my back. It's like, well, I'll just sweat for a couple more days, it'll be fine. Yeah, right. Who wants to do that, huh? Okay, now that we're here, what we're going to do is we're going to go back in and put some zip ties in. Actually, you know what? Let's do the bottom piece so that way we don't have to do it again. Okay, so now you're going to need 3 of these pieces of ficus, all right? So we've already cut these 2 pieces off. So you're going to need 3 of these long pieces. That'll give you 9 pieces of ficus, and you need 8 for this project, okay? So you'll be left with one of these long ones, okay? So for the bottom piece, we're gonna use 2 of these long ones, okay? So here I have the 2 long ones already cut out for us here, or snipped off, I guess. See, you can actually take and just cut the bottom of it off because we don't need that much. And we're gonna do the same principle. Lay it in there as long as you want it to. You could make it stick out on the bottom as long as you want it to, or as close, as I pull out a zip tie, or as close as you want it to. Move my design up here so you can see me. And you can always make your bottom pieces go whichever way you'd like. There you go, there's one in there. We're gonna try and do the bump rule again. See, there's a bump right there on the edge of the flower where we're gonna line it up at the bottom of the board. So we're gonna try and do the bump rule again. So there we are. That one's laying in there. Let's not get any of our other little leaves closed in the zip tie, just the stem. So let's do that. Let's make this piece stick out where the bump is. There we go. Same principle for this one. Let's make sure they're the same length. They're kind of not, so let's scoot it back a little bit. Make sure it's the same length. This one might be a little longer, so I'll just make it so. Move all these out of the way. These are going to get on your nerves, but you know, if you want to cut them off, cut them off. That's perfectly fine. It's not going to hurt your design. I just like to leave them because they give a little depth. There we go. Okay, that looks pretty even. Maybe, kind of, sort of, not really in a way. We can bend it however we want to. There we go. All right, now let's just close our zip tie. Call it a day. We can manipulate it in the zip tie to lay however we want to. And that looks pretty even to me. Ta-da. Okay, that's the main point. Just make sure they're even at the bottom and you don't have one sticking out longer than the other. And then we're just going to go up through here, close these zip ties like we did there. And we have this piece done, making sure we don't close any of the leaves in the zip ties. And you can just pull them out. And what I mean by that is, see how this one, if I didn't do it, it would lay in the zip tie here? We're just pulling it out, making sure it doesn't. That the only thing in it is this green stem here. Same principle on this side. The only thing in this black zip tie is the green stem. Make quick work of this because we got a lot to do. I tried to do a lot of it before I came on tonight. Hello, everybody. I can't make a wreath in an hour. I like to talk. All right. I'm going to try, though, real hard. Hopefully this will not take us very long. Once we get going here, once we get all this done, we'll be good to go. I've got time. It's only 15 after, right? Why, thank you. They're foam from Amazon. Like I said, I'll try and drop the links to everything in the comments. I've had them for a long time. I bought them to make something with, and I never did. Where I didn't like it, I can't remember. So we're just going down through here, snapping these zip ties in, making sure we're not getting our little hangy aroundy leaves. Hangy aroundy, I guess, is what we're calling them. And again, if y'all want to try this, and you would like to have one of these boards, use my affiliate link pinned at the bottom of this page. It'll get you 5% off of your boards. Open up a little bit. All right, 2 more. Sorry, I had to swap that stuff out of my way for a minute. Almost there. All we're doing is really just securing this thing to the board. Okay. Now I like to do it this way, that way it doesn't slide around. because it will if you don't. These pieces of focus. Okay, focus is on there. Whoop, whoop. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our other greenery in. And we're gonna cut it like this. So on this side, sorry, gotta get this piece of zip tie sticking out. On this side, we're gonna use our larger zip ties. Let me uncover our holes here. We're just gonna stick a zip tie in. Remember, the big side goes up. And we're gonna start with white, because I kind of want this to be red, white, red, white, red, white. So you've got the blue of the flag here, and then the red and white stripes going down and going down. See where I'm getting at? See what I'm getting at? Can you smell what I'm cooking? You know? Thanks, everybody. Y'all see, I just wanted to give you a little bit of idea of what I'm working with here. So you can go ahead and close these zip ties. They do not need to stay open. So we're just going to start with 2, and I'll put them in as we go, so that way, you know, you're not watching me put in zip ties for 20 minutes. So here we go. There's our first 2. And I did the exact same thing here and here, okay? The only difference is I'm going to use different colored roses. So it's the exact same formula on this side, at the top, at the bottom, on this side. Exact same formula. You're going to need a piece of your real grass. Okay, so just cut a piece of your real grass. You're going to need a piece of your onion grass. So chop off a piece of your onion grass, and you're going to need your rose. So we want to start because red, the flag is going to go this way, right? So red is going to be back here. So we need white on the outside. So we'll need a white rose for this one. Here's our white rose, okay? Now I'm going to like bend it up a little bit so it doesn't have this hideously long stem, okay? So I'm just going to bend it up a little bit so that it goes in the zip tie. You can cut it off if you want to, and I've actually glued the stem in the back to make it a little bit stronger, because as I was playing with these, they were coming out. I was flipping roses everywhere. I had stems. So just dab a little bit of glue, hot glue on there, and save yourself a little bit of drama, okay? So take your piece of onion and slide it up. See this little pointy thing here? You want to slide your grass up to that without popping the little pointy thing off. I do that a lot too. You know, you don't have to slide it all the way. If you can't get it all the way, that's perfectly fine. But here it is, all the way up. Okay, see? All the way up. You don't need that much of a stem, so you can cut a little bit of it off as well. You know, maybe about that. Take your piece of onion grass, and remember when I said make sure you get the kind that has the V's in it? See how this has a V here and a V here? All right, because we're gonna clip it right here, all right, to make 2 pieces. See how that makes 1 piece? And then here's our second piece. And we're just gonna lay them on top of each other like that so that it looks full. And then we're gonna put our piece of onion grass on the back so that it looks like that, okay? And then we're gonna stick it into our zip tie. All right, making sure not to hold down any of our little leaves here, because they're gonna come into play here in a minute. So we're just gonna slide it into our first zip tie here, and we're gonna make sure that our the tips of our onion grass don't go further than the tips of our ficus leaves, okay? So hold that down and then slide your rose in there. Put it where you want it and close your zip tie. And voila! There's our first one done. And that is our formula for our first row. If I can get this zip tie in the pop. Come on! There we go. Okay. Ta-da! Alright. You'll see why I left the little pieces dangling in a minute. Now we're also going to put in the middle here. If you don't put something in the middle, it's going to look a little funky. Okay? And by the middle, I mean this middle, from here to here. You don't put something there, it's going to look a little funky, okay? So that's what I'm calling the middle, all right? And all we're going to put there is a piece of this grass, okay? The boxwood. So clip a piece of boxwood. Look at your V's. On the bottom of the V, clip it to make 2 pieces. Lay them on top of each other, okay? And then stick it in the zip tie. Boom. There's your middle piece, okay? There's our middle piece, voila. Okay, and then our same formula that we began with for our outside. Go ahead and clip a few of these so we don't have to. Tall grass. Why, thanks. Thanks, you should try it. It's really easy. I mean, it's just zip ties and clipping stuff. It's not really anything hard. So again, for this piece of grass, all you're gonna do is see how it has the two V's. Clip it in the middle of the bottom V to make 2 pieces. You have 2 pieces now, and then just lay them on top of each other. Spread them out. Push your grass to the top of the little piece. There you go. Clip this off. You don't need that long of a piece. Okay. Lay them on top of each other and stick them in the zip tie. Okay. Make sure that your long grass doesn't stick out further than your ficus at the top. And then slide your rows in on top. Okay. Close your zip tie and you're off and running like a herd of turtles, as my granddaddy would say. Here we are. All right, this is what we have so far, and it matches the other side, except it's white. See? Ta-da! Okay. Okay, moving right along. Our next step, let's grab 2 more zip ties. So you're going to throw a zip tie in the 2 spaces, if I can maybe. And this time, instead of using all of the greenery, you're just going to use the piece of boxwood. So here's a piece of boxwood. Again, see how it has the V? Snap it at the V. Lay it on top of each other. Stick it in the zip tie. Don't stick it around try to stick it around the leaves. Work it around your rows so that it looks kind of like it's coming out of the rows, or it's kind of hiding the rows. Close your zip tie, and there's row number 2, the first slot done. Let's try to get the second slot here and get as many of the other, sticks in there as possible. There we go. Close this one. Grab our eucalyptus here, clip a piece off. I think I'm behind on your comments here, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, you really need to try. It's really pretty simple. Okay, so here we go again. Clip. Lay them on top of each other. It doesn't matter if you lay the bottom piece on top, the top piece on the bottom. Doesn't matter as long as it looks like this. Stick it in there. Close your zip tie. And there we go. That's our formula, ladies and gentlemen. That is our recipe. We're going to do that. Now, if you want to, just to make it look a little fuller, on your second row here, I have been going in the middle. So the middle, I'll show you again on the back. This middle right here is what I'm talking about. This is our second row. We just put 2 simple pieces of eucalyptus here. It's our second row. In the middle, I'm just going to put a plain old piece of this grass, just to make it look a little fuller. So here's our zip tie. Let's close it up, get it ready for everything. Come on. There we go. All right. And see how how it's still sticking out the right way, the little leaves here? All right, same principle. I'm just clipping in the middle like I've showed you, and I'm just going to stick in there. Boom. There we go. Ta-da. All right, now we are back to the roses. So the roses are gonna get one of these. Ah, see, don't do that. Look, pulled it right off the stem. Luckily I have more over here. Go up very easily, very slowly. Flip it off. There's that one. Put a piece of this grass. I've got stuff going everywhere in the floor. That'll be all right. I'll clean up in a minute. Flip. Ta-da. Put the grass on the bottom. Put a zip tie in first, Marianne. That's why this little zip tie was jumping at me like, I go in first, Marianne. I go in first. Stick your zip tie in. How's everybody doing today? Hi, everybody. Welcome. Again, I'm Marianne from Made by Marianne. I had a craft show yesterday, and I tell you what, guys, I'm exhausted. I didn't know a body could be that tired. You know, as you get older, you don't realize that, you know, being tired is a thing. I don't like to think of myself as getting old. I still think I'm 20, you know, 25, 30. I'd even take 30, you know, but not as old as I am. I won't even tell you. I mean, come on. Okay, see, there's that part. Now let's grab us a red rose because red is our next step. So we're just gonna slide this little red rose in to the stem here until we think it looks good. And then close the zip tie. Voila. Close our zip tie. Boom. We're gonna do the same thing for this one over here. So let's put a zip tie in. Make sure it's going the right way. Close it up. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Amazon's wrong one. Pay attention, Marianne. Alright, here we go. And now it's just busy work following your repetitive pattern, you know, from here on out. Just sticking them in there. Look, where's my grass here? Don't forget your pattern as you're working. Stick your grass in there. Make sure you don't get your leaves. I hope y'all can see what I'm doing. Can you see my board and everything? Looks all right. You're not struggling like, Marianne, what are you talking about? All right. Get your rose in. Voila. I hope this turns out as well as I thought it would in my head. Okay, and we are almost done with this side. There we go. Cover these, squish them up a little more. Squish these together a little bit. They're just foam, not gonna hurt anything. All right, we've got 2 more here to go, and they are just plain boxwood, and then we can start on the bottom. You don't have to do a middle. If you want to do a middle piece there, you are more than welcome to, but I don't think it needs it. It's just a waste of greenery. It's going to be covered up. So just move on. Save yourself a little bit of time and greenery. This stuff is expensive. Well, it's not that expensive, but still, you know, don't waste your product. All right, there's our 2 zip ties. Let's put some stuff in it. Here's our other stuff. Thank you for talking to everybody, Nadia. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really just motoring along here. Motoring along. All right, here's our pieces of eucalyptus, or I want to call this eucalyptus so bad, it is not. It is boxwood. Move our stuff out of the way. Stick it down here, kind of like wrap it around the rose so that it looks like it's kind of covering it. Zip tight. And voila. Any questions, comments, concerns so far? Anything y'all want to know? I'll look at your comments right now since I have this piece done. Get this side done. All right. Now see, you've got some of these little leaves that'll cover some of the open places as well. And you can thread some in between your other greenery to be right here if you want, you know, sticking out there, however you want to do it. Play later, Marianne, play later. There we go, there's that side done. We can move to the bottom now. So I'm gonna turn it upside, well, I might do it kind of catty-cornered this way. I don't want to really turn it upside down. Okay, let's do it this way. Hi, how are you, Miss Laurie? Welcome. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. All right, here we go. Same principle on the bottom. We're going to start with the white roses. How are we doing on time? Okay, we're good to go. I'm driving her. You're older than, I don't know. I don't know. I feel 800. Does that count? Does it count how old you feel? Okay, I'm just going to put in a few so that way I don't have to stop for just a second, guys. 1 minute. Help me go a little faster here. If you have any questions, stop me, ask, or I know my Wreath and Bessie can answer them, or Naughty will be happy to answer them. And see, I'm just yakking away. All right, here we go again. So here's our greenery pieces. We've shoved them up to the top. Cut that long stem off. Let's go ahead and do this one too. Shove it to the top. Cut that really long stem off. We don't need it. That's going to be our base. Here are our 2 onion pieces. Look there, we got 2 perfect ones. So we're going to cut those off. Okay. Throw that to the side. Cut them in the middle where the V is again. See? Cut. Boom. Here's this one. Cut it in the middle. Boom. Now we have 2 pieces that kind of look like this. And if you get one a little wonky, just put that one on the left side. See how it's, you know, curved to the right? Just put it on the right. So we'll put this one on the right with this piece of grass. So, ta-da! Put it in there, making sure that we don't get any of the other pieces of leaves. And we're going to put a white rose because we kind of want to end with the white on the bottom. So there we are. Are our pieces sticking out above our ficus? No, they are not. They're all lined up at the end. I'm going to try to fan them out just a little bit so they don't look so funky. And close my zip tie. Oh, I want to put the bow on this so bad. So even if we don't get done in 15 minutes, I'm going to put the bow on it so at least we can see what it looks like. Where's my, aha. Okay, here we go again. Flip this over this way. Straighten it out a little bit. And if you have plenty of time, you can manipulate the greenery to twirl it around on the stem, make it do whatever you want it to do. Putting a white rose in here. Da, 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 da. Y'all like my little noises. Da, 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 da. Alrighty, there we are. Okay, now remember, if we don't put anything in the middle down here, there we go, it's not going to look good. So let's make sure, I don't know, I kind of like that little piece right there, but still, we put something in the middle. Let's not deviate from the recipe, so let's move that out of the way. Put something in our middle set. And again, by the middle set, I mean these holes in between where the numbers are here. Well, we will just keep to our recipe and add some of the boxwood right here. So here we go, one more boxwood stem. Cut like that. Where is it? There we are. We'll twist this little piece right here to flare out like that. Stick them on top of each other. And boom. Slide them in there really pretty. And close. Yeah, I think that was pretty fed through there. There we go. Alright, our next 2 are nothing but boxwood. So here's another piece. So let's clip and clip clip that off the stem. There we go. Clip, clip, stick them in here. Weave them around the rose a little bit. Same thing on this side. We're just gonna take our 2 little pieces. Uh-oh. You see what I did? I put the wrong 2 little pieces, but that's okay. It'll still look good. Stick them in there. Wrap them around. Close the zip tie. I'm not going to do a middle piece here, because we will do a middle piece. Like I said, we'll stick to the formula, Marianne. So here we go. Put another zip tie in here. We're just going to put a plain piece of the grass, onion grass. That's what I call it. I keep saying we're not going to do it, then we end up doing it. And all it's going to do is look full, so it's not going to hurt anything. But you wouldn't have to if you don't want it to. You got leaves covering everything up. So here we go. Only got a few more slots. Just remember not to cover your leaves until you absolutely have to. Alright. Put some more zip ties in here. Questions, comments, concerns? That's alright, Miss Wendy. You are perfectly fine, my dear. Perfectly fine. Thank you for showing up and supporting me. I appreciate it. Nice to see you. Nice to see ya. Nice to see everybody. Thank you all for joining me. Again, Simply Flamazing Art is next. And let me tell you what, last time she cut glass. No guys, she cut glass. C-U-T-G-L-A-S-S. Cut glass. Blew my mind. My mind is still blown. And I don't know how she did it, but I need to learn how. I need for her to come to my house and teach me, because it was awesome. And all she just like took this piece of equipment and just went boop boop boop. I was like, what? How did she do that? It was so cool. She made such a cool piece. So I can't wait to see what she does this time. I'm sure she'll do something just as amazing. All right, we are continuing with our pattern here. So here we are again, back to the onion grass and our normal long grass. We're just putting 2 pieces on top of each other, laying it on this onion grass, sticking it in our zip tie, you know, as far as we want to, making sure it looks pretty. Try not to get our other little pieces in there, because we don't want to cover up our roses, but then again, we don't want to, like, see, we can move that one there, move that one there. There we are. That one looks better. Okay, now, this one is a red rose, because we've done white, so now it's red. I'm going to cut that off, because that is way too long. So I'm just going to snip that little thing off real quick. I'm going to use this piece, and we're going to stick it down in there. So it's supposed to look like this, the stripes, the red and white stripes on the flag. Kind of does it give you that vibe? Or no? I was shooting for the stars and ruined it. Well, thank you, Miss Cox. I'm glad to see you too. Don't tell me I'm losing my voice. I had too much fun yesterday. Yelling at everybody. All right, there's that one. Where's my piece of grass? Here we go. Losing it. Okay. All right, laying them on top of each other. Stick them in the zip tie. Now this time I am going to stick the piece of greenery on top of these. See, I put them on top of these so they stick out the side here. Because I've got some that are going to stick out the side over here too, so that they match. I mean, you don't want them matchy-matchy, but you kind of want them even on the way up, so that you get that symmetry. Putting a little red rose in here. And voila. looks like I'm gonna have a hard time seeing the white rose, but we can go back and fix that, so I'm not really worried about it at this point in time. I'm just trying to get it done. We can go back and manipulate and move them, move the greenery to however we want it. But if I start messing right now, I'm gonna be messing. So let's move on. Moving on up to the east side. How's it go? Oh, I better not sing, right? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm so glad y'all enjoyed it. And again, take a moment to follow my affiliate link and get yourself 5% off of the boards. And try it. No harm in trying it. Let's put a zip tie in here first. How much time do I have? I have, all right. In 3 minutes, we are just going to go ahead and put the bow on, because I really want you to see what it looks like with the bow. I want to see what it looks like with the bow. All right, there we go. There's that one. And one of the top. Now have you seen that? Alright, here we go. And in there. I didn't get to see Carrie Marie's finished piece. I was too busy like brushing my teeth and making sure I looked presentable. I'm sure it was beautiful. I love her tobacco baskets. I don't know why she gets nervous. She does great work. Wrapping this around the rose here. There we go. I'm going to skip the middle here for time's sake. I can always go back and put some there. Well, no, I'm not. Y'all heard me say that every time. So I'm going in the middle and following our recipe. Putting just one little onion thing. No reason to skip it. We're too far gone, right? Right. Too easy just to put it in there. I hope everybody can still see and I'm not designing off the board here. Look at me, trying to zip tie my... Goodness gracious. Thanks, everybody. I'm so glad you like it. Like I said, this is all... the greenery is all UV, and I have tested it out. I have had this exact greenery at a cemetery for longer than a year, and all I've had to do is change out the bow and the greenery went back there. Now, you know, some of the pieces that I started messing with and pulled them out of the zip tie because I'm that girl, but now as far as the color and things, it still looks good. The color still looks good, the actual, you know, design flow is still there, so you can't beat this greenery, really. For it to be plastic and fake, good stuff. All right, that was driving me crazy. Here we go. We have, actually, are my clocks 5 minutes fast? What time? Somebody, Carrie Marie, where are you? What time is it? Hi, Miss Beavers. Thanks for joining me. Welcome. Glad to see you. If y'all wouldn't mind to give me a like and a follow, I'd greatly appreciate it. Or sprinkle me, send me down the river, float my boat, whatever y'all call it. I'm just going to say share. I would very much appreciate it. Very, very much appreciate it. If you missed the beginning, I will have this on YouTube by Tuesday, hopefully. If not by Tuesday, by Wednesday. I'm going to shoot for Tuesday. I've just got some crazy things coming up at work this week. Of course, my whole life has been crazy for the past 6 months. But hey, you know, that's how you know you're alive, right? When everything goes to, you know, ain't you devil hockey sticks? It's 8:50. Okay, I tell you what, guys. Right now, just so we can get a feel for it, you know, there'll be a white rose here and a red rose here. So it'll go you know, it'll look like the flag. Here's the blue. Here's this. Let's put the bow in and see what we've got. That way I don't take up any of Simply Flamazing art. I don't want to take up any of her time. She's amazing, and I want y'all to be able to go there and see her. And I will snap pictures of this because y'all get the dress, get the gist of what we're doing here. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my pop cleaner and stick it in the middle. There's holes here. I'm going to stick it in the middle. You know, nothing fancy, nothing major. Stick it in the middle and tie it in the back, and then just make it look pretty, right? And hoping that I get it in the center. And see, I'll have so many tails anyway. I just squished it. All right. Because y'all know I'm gonna mess with this for 5 minutes. Let me tie it in the back. And see, this will tell me also that I'll need more greenery at the top, I think. Sorry, I know that you might not be able to see me right now. Bear with me just a second. Just trying to get it perfect here. Might have gotten it a little too tight, but that's okay. We can fix it. I'm almost. Woo, where to go? Alright. Let me look at it. Make sure it's okay. Don't really want to cover the red roses, but here's kind of what we have. I'm not going to mess with the bow too much. I mean, I just want you to get the feel of what it might look like here. As we're going down, as you can see the 15 more minutes and I would have been done, Nadia. 15 more minutes. I'm kidding. Who knows? It might have taken me 30 more with the way I talk. Yuck, yuck, yuck. And I even tried to get a lot of it done. I'm just pulling out the curls on my ribbon, everybody. Then I'll pull you up and say goodbye and let you go see the art. So I'm sure she's going to make something awesome. All right. Here we are. I can't see upside down, but y'all get the gist. This is kind of how it'll look. Of course, you know my bow will be perfect by the time I take a picture. So no judging, no judging. Thou shalt not judge till pictures are taken, and then judge ye McJudgerton all you want. Okay, when pictures are taken. Till pictures are taken, there shall be no judging. Y'all ever heard that? I just made it up. Alright, let's see. Here we go. Kind of, sort of, not really in a way. Let me pull y'all up. Put this to the side here. Because I'll finish it really quickly while I watch everybody else. Here we go. Yes, Miss Tracy. Stick around and watch everybody. Let's see. Here we go. I'm going to pull you up. Y'all, I probably look like the boogeyman. No, I don't. Yay. Kind of, sort of, but you just barely graze me. All right, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, goodness gracious. I hate that sound. I'm so sorry. All right, here we go. Here's what we've got. I'm trying to hurry. Can y'all tell? Here is our design. Almost finished. But here's what it'll look like. Kind of, sort of. Almost done. Here we are. So see, you'll have the blue up here, and then the red and white, and then here's our bow. It might look better in an actual picture, but let's see if I can get it. See? What do you think, everybody? Yeah? There we go. All right. I'll get it finished, and at least y'all know the recipe now. I'll get it finished and snap a picture of it while I'm watching Simply Flamazing Art, who's coming up next. God bless every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us for the Wreath Work Forms and More Father's Day Marathon. We got some more special things coming up in the group, so continue to support us. Like, follow, and share all of our designers. They really need your support, and we are an amazing community. Thank you again. God bless each and every one of you. Tonight it was made by Marianne. Tomorrow it might be made by you. Y'all stick around and see Simply Amazing. Good night.